me talk a little bit about specifics and logistics. How does this all work? Well, generally we've got two options. We've got one-on-ones and we've got multi-student sessions where if we work in group sessions, that's about 2 to 6 people, depending on how many people at that time are taking the exam. There's benefits, there's pros and cons to each. With a group session, you've got multiple people to stay in contact with if you so choose and work with together. With one-on-ones, you can see the benefit there. No interruptions. We're working through as much as you want, specifically what you want to see. Now, what do I do? What do you do? What do we do together? It's all practical practice. We run through questions one after another. I don't like to lecture. I could lecture if you want me to. I actually do have plenty of lectures, right? I'll talk about that in a bit with examprep.ai. I have recorded countless hours of lectures that you could watch. However, I really do feel that the value comes from practice. Running through questions together, seeing each question, and having me identify, why is that word here? Is it a trick? Is it a filler word? Or is it super important? That's something I've had plenty of experience with, working with all these people, working with all of the exams. Now, what do we do? Do we use a certain material? Do we use a certain review course? That depends on you. Some people want to go over a few questions in their own specific review course, and that's fine. I've used them all. I personally used Becker when I was studying because it was provided to me by my firm. I have my own material, and as I mentioned, I do have a whole review course myself with examprep.ai. If you work with me, we can get you on that as well. I have all of my lectures on there, so when we're not working together, you can just listen to me more, walk through everything, demystifying all of these concepts and dealing with them yourself. I also have the concept of an audit of how you study. And what I mean by that is a lot of times I've found myself watching others, obviously the candidates I work with, do questions, and I see how they do them and how they approach them. And I can tweak and twist a little bit how they approach these questions because maybe there's a certain thought process they have or mentality that I can just slightly adjust, and it changes their whole exam process significantly. Maybe someone doesn't fully understand how the breaks work during the exam, or they don't understand specific keywords in a certain section of the exam. The concept of technological feasibility and FAR with our intangibles, right? There are such small changes that we could make once I've seen how you work that could have all the world of difference. We never know until we take a look. I really do hope that I introduced you well into the world of CPA tutoring and how I can add value to your studying. This really is something that I thoroughly enjoy. Otherwise, there's no way I'd still be doing it to this day. One great benefit of that all current and former candidates I've worked with would say is I really do make this entertaining. How else could you do it otherwise? It is one of the most dry exams out there, and I don't enjoy being bored, and I assume you don't as well. We're going to make this fun and as enjoyable as possible. Please reach out with any and all questions you may have. I'm more than happy to answer. Can't wait to meet you and get started. Let's get you through the exam and moving on with your life.